go! Serve quick! The best quality and the best price. Stuff you could lose your mind by. Who can I ask for help?
Mr. Stress, Thomas, how many times do I have to say it to him? Contact MODULINE.
Yes, yes, yes. The usual smart answers. Don't bother me now. I'm putting away the pots. I'm very upset. I have had such a bad day.
In answer to your question, Mr. Stress, dear friends, is low cooking temperatures. This is one of the oldest methods of cooking and was discovered more than 200 years ago by Count Rumford. It's a method that lends itself especially to cooking of meat. Slow cooking. Today we are going to cook healthy and different types of meat. Pork, we're going to season it, place it in the oven. In a healthy diet, meat plays a key role in terms of protein, vitamins and fats, carbohydrates, minerals, enzymes and water. But its presence on the table is not enough. It is most important that the meat is cooked correctly so as not to lose its natural contents and nutrients.
Well, wise guy, and which of these great ovens should I use?
A cook and hold MODULINE oven, of course. It does not attack the product like a convection oven, but cooks the meat with static warmth. This envelops the meat like a blanket, and this raises the final result in terms of quality and reduces weight loss. And thanks to its intuitive electronic controls and the core probe, the use of these ovens is very simple. This type of cooking requires longer periods of time than a traditional oven, on average 6 to 8 hours. And for this reason it is recommended that low cooking temperatures you do during the night, and the cost of electricity is lower, and this frees up your ovens, conventional ovens, the following day for the pastry chef and veg chef. I just set the program with the electronic controls, and on the following morning I will find that the meat is at the right temperature, succulent and ready to eat. With the turkey, I'm doing a separate seasoning to the pork because the pork will be glazed tomorrow when finished cooking with a marmalade or apricot jam. We're cooking both of them together. The probe will be put in the pork, but as the two items need to make 72 degrees, they can both cook together at the same time. This is a different seasoning. This will help brown them and will even crispen up, as you'll see tomorrow morning. This is just a mixture of various herbs, olive oil, salt, pepper. That's it. Rub it in or brush it on, and it's ready for the oven. The probe I'm inserting into the pork, right into the middle. Setting my temperature, 72 and delta 18. Start. Tomorrow morning, it'll be ready for eating. The average temperature of the cavity to be used is 110 degrees. And the final core varies depending on the type of meat and the degree of cooking I wish to achieve. Key to this cooking cycle is the setting of delta T. With the support of the core probe, I can set a temperature difference, and with delta T I want the temperature difference kept constant between the cavity and the core of the product. At startup, the core probe detects an initial temperature of a product, for example +3 degrees when it's just removed from the cold room. This value is added to the set value delta T, and the reference value of delta T is 3 plus 30 degrees equals 33. The oven works with the cavity temperature settled, and when the core probe reaches the reference value, 3 degrees plus delta, the system is activated. When the probe records an increase of temperature, for example, of 1 degree, then automatically the cavity will rise from, say, 68 to 69. The smaller the difference, the greater the delicacy of the cooking process, with excellent results in terms of uniformity, softness and shrinkage.
So, should I serve the meat as soon as it is finished cooking?
Of course not. Just set up a holding cycle which will start automatically at the end of the cooking process, keeping the meat to a core temperature prescribed. MODULINE also take care of various sizes of probes, from the very thin to the very large, for delicate meat and for large joints. This can be sliced, plated straight away and served, or sliced and put in your holding cabinet. Here we propose the meat to be 64 degrees core temperature, keeping it nice and pink. As you can see, after the whole overnight cook, it is still moist and beautiful colour. The final holding cycle also helps to season the meat, making it even more tender and juicy. It's delicious. James, our cameraman, would you like to try some? Please. What do you think of that? Thank you.
Instead of making jokes, please explain the benefits of slow cooking at low temperatures in a MODULINE static oven.
Certainly, Mr. Stress. The weight loss during cooking is very low, on average 10%. This 1% over a year in a chain of restaurants or pubs where you can cook and serve tons of meat means huge savings. Besides, you can use less noble cuts and more fresh and therefore less expensive. The final results are still outstanding. The quality of the final product is better, and in terms of taste, tenderness and neutral properties, all you need is gravy, Yorkshire pudding and roast potatoes. Isn't that right, James? Slow cooking is synonymous with longer timelines, but paradoxically, not a major expense for electricity. The electricity consumption is very low. Although your cooking is prolonged, the cavity up to 3 kilowatts in the largest models, and this power supply is only used to keep the temperature constant when it is reached rather quickly.
My friend, I do not feel comfortable or happy about ovens switched on for such a long time.
MODULINE has thought of that. The oven's construction with the electronic controls are designed to lighten the load and make it a smooth operation in the kitchen. The heating system, by means of a wire wrap, heats the element and allows a uniform temperature throughout the cavity with a gentle heat. MODULINE ovens also feature a sealed cavity with a drip tray to collect the juices and avoiding unpleasant accidents during cooking. The external drainage tray, so that you can collect the juices simply and without opening the door during the holding cycle. The external core probe, which is very easy to replace. The programmable electric controls with a key lock prevents unintentional interruption or stoppage. The system allows for cooking with delta T weight loss significantly reduced. You can also record the temperature at core at all times and the product at the end of cooking. Completing the MODULINE efficiency kit, the USB port, allows where the download of data to have hassle control over operations. The door with the large glass and interior lighting This allows you to see the stages of cooking and subsequent holding. And there's plenty of choices. The range of static ovens for slow cooking, MODULINE have several models to suit all needs. You will see immediate benefits by cooking at low temperature with MODULINE cook and hold ovens. Good MODULINE to you.
Are you saying goodbye to our friends without me? Well, good MODULINE to you all.